Agudah Yisrael is an organization where the Askanim are on the ground, in the halls of government, in state houses. But whatever we're doing and every move we're taking, it's being dictated and being guided by what our Me'etzes Agudah have to tell us.
I moved to Jackson 6 years ago. When I moved there, the sentiment of the township was, how do we stop Jews moving in? When we saw those ordinances coming down saying no schools, no dorms, really trying to cripple our infrastructure of town, that's when we realized we needed a plan forward, stop this from really escalating past here. We turned to Avi Schnell from Agudah to try to help us and navigate our way.
We were presented with a real serious question. Do we speak up? Do we fight against zoning laws, other ordinances that are keeping us out, or do we not? Like all other questions we have by Agudah Yisrael, we went to the members of the Me'etzes Agudah.
Avi took me to meet with Rabbi Shmuel Kamenetsky. Rabbi Shmuel did not take any information for granted. Every single thing was questioned.
We explained every angle of what is happening, and only after serious discussion and a serious, solid psak from the members of the Me'etzes, they're telling us now is the time to speak up. Now we can't lay low. Now we got to stand up. We stood up and we sued the township.
Nobody had any personal idea. Nobody came for himself. They came for the Indian. And they were always ready to accept the das or the Me'etzes.
Today, in the year 2022, Baruch Hashem, 4 yeshivas got approvals to be built in Jackson, and many more are coming. There are today 5,000 children living in Jackson Township, New Jersey, that go to yeshivas not in Jackson. And because of us speaking up with the guidance of Das Torah, telling us to speak up, there will be yeshivas in this flourishing, growing, beautiful community.
Agudah Yisrael of Illinois already had an established relationship with the mayor because she visited our community during her campaign. In Chicago, we had specific anti-Semitic attacks, and she wanted to show her care and concern for our community, and she asked to have a visit to be able to show her support that she's standing behind us.
The mayor reached out to me personally and said, I want to come and show your community that I care. And I want to see firsthand and learn from that experience of seeing the families walking to shul. There are all sorts of complications with having a political event on Shabbos. Is it appropriate? Is it within the spirit of Shabbos? There are other halachic shilas that come up.
We weren't 100% clear what the best path forward is. We consulted with the members of the Me'etzes Agudah and our Rosh Yeshiva and our Das Torah to discuss with each other what in fact should be the guidelines and what should be the best path forward.
My Rebbe Rebelli Brudny is very familiar with the landscape in Chicago, and he was intimately involved in these conversations, in guiding us.
Discussed every angle and every detail. They grasped the seriousness of the question, they understood what needed to be done, and they were able to guide us through every single sif of this shayla to make sure it was done properly. And Baruch Hashem, with their guidance, we were able to successfully have a visit to our community with the mayor.
They've turned a potential adversary into a friend. And she's very woke and very, very blue in progressive values in her own personal world and in her own advocacy. And Nafal PK, when she's gotten to learn what the Haredi community in her city looks like and represents, she's become, I would call it almost an advocate for the Haredi community in Chicago. And that's a Kiddush Hashem. And you can't have more, you can't ask for more than that.
The foundations that were built by this visit from the mayor laid the groundwork for a strong relationship that we had with her moving forward to accomplish many projects and initiatives on behalf of the community.
The genesis of our relationship with the mayor and the evolution of that relationship and everything that it produced, in hindsight, none of it would have ever happened without the guidance of the Moetzes. To do it, how to do it, the way it was done, without question. But this is not an isolated incident or like a story that happened. This is how we operate on a daily basis.
The Agudah leadership wants guidance. It's not that guidance has to be imposed. They're asking for guidance in all its levels. The Agudah is really an Agudah Echos, Lasses Ritzoncha B'Leiv of Sholem, and it seeks rabbinic and Torah leadership all the time.
This visit of the mayor is just one of the countless examples of dealing with government officials and representatives of the community. This is also only one of many examples that we have working together with the Moetzes Gedolei HaTorah, guiding us through every step of the process, bringing about greater respect in the eyes of these government officials and strengthening our representation of our community to propel the needs of the Torah community forward.
We've built up a trust amongst the Gedolei Yisrael that when we come to the table, they know that we're going to have the answers to them. They know that we have the information, we've gone through the work, we have the facts. There's no ulterior motives involved. We're here because we are Agudah Yisrael to serve Klal Yisrael and Reb Yisrael. That's our intention, that's our motive. And we're confident that that gives us a certain amount of siyata d'shmaya that we will continue to be successful and be able to help Klal Yisrael and Reb Yisrael.